I suspect that from the time that we became anatomically modern, and possibly even before then, that there were always small numbers of people who experienced altered states of consciousness and experienced them spontaneously. But their experiences did not have a major impact on their society. Their society was locked into a very material frame of reference, daily survival. They were using sets of tools that had been handed down for hundreds of thousands of years, the way to make these tools. They saw no reason to change them. It had no impact on either on their spiritual or on their economic life. Those individuals were too small in number. By chance, I think what happened in Europe was that hunter-gatherer groups stumbled across hallucinogenic mushrooms. And I'm pretty sure which mushroom was involved. I believe it was Psilocybes semilanceata that we call the Liberty Cap today. Probably they were initially sampled as a food item. Looks good, let's eat it. And then it unleashed these extraordinary and transformatory experiences in people's mind. And here suddenly was the opportunity perhaps for the whole society to share in these experiences, which previously had been limited to a very few special individuals whose brain chemistry was such that they were able to have these experiences spontaneously. And that's why we see this, what I think of as a kind of switching on of a light in the human brain, that it reaches a kind of critical mass in society. So I think it happens initially by accident. Now, and I think it's most likely to have involved hallucinogenic plants, and in Europe those would have been mushrooms. In other areas there are other options available, but not so much in Europe. Then let's suppose that the hunter-gatherer group that has perhaps been working with mushrooms for 1,000 years by then, let's suppose they have to migrate out of that area. They don't find the mushrooms growing anymore. They still want to contact and encounter the spirit world. And that perhaps that leads them to find other ways to go there, whether through fasting, whether through dancing, to find other techniques that will put us into an altered state and allow us to contact those realms. So I think initially accidentally, later deliberately, and gradually the word spreads, as it does amongst human beings, that there's another world out there that we can't, that we don't see in our daily lives, but that we can contact and which surrounds us and interpenetrates our world and which we must deal with if we wish to live full lives as human beings. I think this idea becomes current and it spreads around the human family.